And you thought my ride was a sleigh. It's a sky wagon. Let's fly by. Ho, 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 and welcome to FlyBy, powered by the elves and AOPA. I'm Chris Kringle in for Paul Harrop, and we're taking a look back at the best of FlyBy from 2017. Let's start out with something very special. Snow! I love snow. It's my favorite thing besides cookies and milk, and of course, a good tailwind. We don't get much of it in Santa's off-season home outside of Tempe, but when we do, Bruce Hafner from Chopperguy.com captures it well, like he did back in January. Warming up now this summer, a gaggle of Piper Cubs gathered to celebrate 80 years of the design. Cubs to Oshkosh sure made Santa's heart warm as letters from children all around the world.
It's a gathering of one of the most beloved designs of all time. The Piper J3 Cub tugs at the heartstrings. It's like everything good about life, with yellow rag wings. Several dozen Cub owners descended on the Wisconsin prairie to celebrate, visit, and fly. From as far as Canada, Texas, and North Carolina, the little tail draggers looked like saffron flowers on the green grass runway.
Well, you just saw what happens to good little J3s on the nice list. But what about those big tired Cub types that just can't be docile? Well, they wind up in a very different fly-in.
It's a dry lake bed in the middle of nowhere.
The setting that we have here, we call it the high desert.
Way up in the mountains, out in the desert north of Reno, you'll find the Dead Cow Lake Bed.
She's dry, she's empty, there's just infinite places to go.
Not much lives here except the spirit of adventure and a scorpion or two. But for 1 week a year, this barren land brings together like-minded pilots. From across the West and around the world, they gather.
Came to it 2 years ago and it's been the best experience I've ever had in aviation. Couldn't help but come back for more.
Tim Howes came up from Australia.
Because it's the best flying on Earth.
Dust is stirred by tail wheels and tundra tires, along with anything that can fly and dares to in this environment. The mountains are a playground for the experienced, the lake bed and fly-in family friendly, and the campfire is welcoming to all.
Captivates a lot of folks, it brings a lot of people together.
And together, they watch a new type of flying contest on the playa. Stolldrack is in its 3rd year. 2 airplanes take off at the same time, side by side.
If the green starts, this is going to be awesome.
And they're getting down and back in 3/4 of a mile, literally, in about a minute, 28 minute, 30 seconds. It's incredible. People think of this concept, stall drag, man, they're flying around and doing crazy things in the air, and really that's not it. It's down and back. You stop at one end on heading after the line, turn around, come all the way back, do the same thing. First guy that stops wins. That's stall drag.
Looks like Mark is slightly ahead. It's going to come down to who gets stopped the soonest. It's a clean finish. It is all coming down to brakes and heading control. Oh! And Mark Patey takes the finals. Mark Patey takes the finals. Our new world champion flying the Best Tugs Carbon Cub. Let's hear it for Mark Patey.
I was so close. Oh my gosh, I was dying. Wow. Oh, I didn't think I'd get that tail to drop. It's just humbling to fly with these guys. I mean, these are the top pilots in the world.
And they're flying their best on some of the most remote land in the country at an event like no other.
The High Sierra, for me, man, it's turning people on to the coolest days, coolest times of their life, and as long as we keep doing it safe, that's what it's all about.
As we consider the best video from 2017, it's gotta be these crazy Red Bull guys from the last episode. They jumped off a mountain, which is enough to get coal by itself, but then they made it into the open door of a Pilatus Porter. Said I'd like to say a special shout out to Yves Rossi in the right seat. He's Santa's flight instructor. Gives me recurrent training on the sleigh every year. But this video is going to be hard to top. That's FlyBy, powered by cookies and milk. No, I mean AOPA. I'm powered by the cookies and milk. I've gotten your letters and I'll do what I can about the airplanes, but geez, there's only so many on the registry and I'm an old elf, not Walter Beach. Well, anyway, tailwinds to all and to all, a good flight. Ho, 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 ho.